John Muir once said, "Going to the mountains is like going home." If that's the case, I'm home for the next 5 days. So we are all packed up. Schatzie, say hello! And about to head to the mountains for a week-long backpacking trip through Roan Highlands. I'm so excited. I did a little section of this a couple of years back, so I'm excited to re-see the parts I've seen and to hike a new section of the trail. I think we're gonna do about 52 miles. We've got to catch a shuttle at 3 p.m. So let's go do it. We made it! Woohoo! Time to get on a shuttle. All right, we just got dropped off at the trailhead by the shuttle. There it is, right behind me. Time to go. This is actually pretty cool. Not even a mile in, we're crossing some neat train tracks. All right, so just to share a little bit about what we're doing out here. We started in Erwin, Tennessee, and we are heading in the direction of 19E. So we will cross through the Roan Highlands and end at the highway. I did a section here not that long ago from Carver's Gap to 19E. It was a quick 2-day trip. Ooh, it got real sunny here. And this time we're out here for 6 days. So I'm really excited to be able to actually enjoy the views instead of feeling like we have to rush past them. I can do 8 to 10 mile days on this trip and comfortably get back by Saturday. Well, we have snake crossing number 1 of our trip. Schatzie did not see it at all. Move along, Mr. Snake. Oh. So we've been climbing here for a little bit, coming out of Erwin, and the views through the trees are already incredible. We're following along the Noli. I don't know if you can hear the cicadas over the sound of the river and now the sound of a very wild diesel truck, but I wonder if it's taking people rafting. Anywho, you can tell that it's summertime when the cicadas start singing. I think we're supposed to get that big brood this summer. I'm gonna pretend like it's my white noise machine. Beach spot number 1. So I got a time when Schatzie can get in the water with like when we get into camp and get in the tent. So this will be her swim of the day. Man, I am passing some incredible campsites, albeit the gnats. Someone told them to come out right along another stream. It makes me want to stop here. Schatzie has been exploring most of them, but I need to get at least 2 more miles tonight. We got snake crossing number 2. He's staring at us. Doesn't look like he intends on moving. So I think we're gonna go around. The difference between a human crossing and a dog crossing. mean, I'll be the 10 millionth to say it. Sometimes the trail is beautiful, and sometimes it's a rock uphill scramble for a mile to the shelter. We gonna get there.
I got into camp tonight around 6:30 p.m. It only took me about an hour to set everything up, filter water, and get some dinner in my hungry belly. I had an Ingle sub that I had picked up along the way. The hike today was great for the first 3 miles. My pack is pretty heavy. The last mile was rough for me and Schatzie, pretty much just a rocky uphill. I walked along the Noli as I climbed out of Erwin. It was nice to hear the river for the first bit. Hopefully I can get a good night's sleep tonight. I'm here with 3 other people, a couple and another guy. The couple is doing the same thing as me. Maybe I'll run into them later. They came over to play with Schatzie. My body seems to be doing okay, and Schatzie seems to be doing good too. Tomorrow, I hope to make it to Beauty Spot Gap to camp. The next shelter is too far for Schatzie and I, but we'll see. It's nearing 8 p.m., so time for me to hang my bear bag and finish getting settled for the night. You know what they say, 9:30 is truly hiker midnight.
Well, good morning. We've got quite a rooty climb coming up out of the gap that we stayed in last night. It was a really nice night. Probably got down in the 60s, super comfortable. Got some good sleep. Schatzie did too. She was snoring. So looking forward to today. We should get some views as opposed to yesterday where we were pretty much in the green tunnel. And yeah, we'll see where we make it today. So we've got 3 major climbs today, and we're on the second one right now. The third one is by far the biggest and the longest, but look who's leading. We just took a quick break before heading up, and we're on mile 3. I have stumbled upon my first trail magic left by Jesus. It is hot sauce. Honest confession of a backpacker. I forget that I'm an oversized load sometimes and run into trees. We currently have this to ourselves. Insane. One of my friends from church gave me this little bit of trail magic before I left, but told me I couldn't open it, so I got on trail. Schatzie is very interested. Alright, I'm about to fill up on water. It's flowing real good. And then decide if we want to camp there or keep going up the mountain. All right, so we are continuing on. That campsite had a lot of deadfall, and it's supposed to be pretty windy tonight. So we're gonna try to get up and over this mountain. If we only make it halfway up, there's a tenting site there. So we'll kind of just see. We'll play it by ear. Like I said, only 3 o'clock. So we got some time. This is quite the climb. We just came from the road way down there. We've only been climbing for 0.2 miles. This is a mile climb, and we've got a while to do it, so no rush. Well, we have made it to where we're stopping for the night. It is 4 p.m. Have service, so I'm checking in with my mom. The shelter is just 3 miles away, literally all downhill except for like 0.3 miles. but I just don't want to push Schatzie. We've done right at 10 miles today, and I feel like if she keeps going, like, tomorrow just won't be as good of a day. So we are in this beautiful pine grove on top of Unica Mountain, I think is the name of it. I just met a lady from a Girl Scout group, and that's how she pronounced it, so I think they know what they're talking about. But I'm gonna get camp set up, some dinner, and we're calling a night.
Camping alone tonight has me thinking about isolation, independence, solitude, and the difference amongst them. I enjoy solitude but dislike isolation. I think of isolation as more forced solitude for a long time. I'm questioning the value of independence. It's something we take lots of pride in here in America, our freedom. How could we value independence but encourage teamwork? Must we cast our value for independence aside? Surely not.
It is 6:30. Last thing I have to do before going to bed. Hang the bear bag, and then it's bedtime. Well, good morning. It's day 3 out on the trail. I'm about to pack up the tent, and then we are going to finish heading up straight to the summit before we go down for 3 miles, and then we just have some like little ups and downs today, hoping to hit 10 miles. We'll see. I mean, I feel like I'm in a Lord of the Rings movie today. This is incredible. Look at this forest. It's pretty much just as good as a good mountain view. Two of the very common questions I get asked when I'm going backpacking is, how do you carry enough water, and how do you pack enough food? Food, you just kind of learn over time what to eat and what works, what doesn't. I used to overpack, now I kind of pack right at it, one extra meal. But water, I carry 3 liters when I'm hiking with my dog, 1 liter for her, 2 for me. I don't like to stop and fill up a lot. This is an example of a water source. So I was getting it from the pipe and filtering it using this Grail. I also have a Sawyer squeeze, but this is just easier, faster. Pup is up at the shelter that we stopped at for snack with about 10 other people, probably begging them for food. We keep kind of flip-flopping with the same people today, so it's been kind of fun seeing familiar faces over and over. But I'm gonna filter some water, and then we're gonna start climbing up to what's supposed to be a really pretty spot. Today's weather has been absolutely perfect. Like, couldn't have asked for better weather. And we've passed some of the friendliest people. And Schatzie is getting all of the pets and all of the treats, having the time of her life, running down mountains, taking a quick break before we get down to the Gap for lunch. Had a road crossing here at Iron Mountain Gap, I think is the name of it. Got a fancy little sign here. Lets us know the next shelter is 6 miles away. We'll probably try to do 4 more. And then Carver's Gap, 16 miles. I have a day and a half to get there, so that's perfect. We're posted up here at this little campsite for lunch. If you could call lunch at 3 o'clock, lunch. Schatzie's munching on sticks. Had barbecue sandwich today, the remnants. Now just chilling before we finish up our day with 3 or 4 more miles. We have resumed climbing, and we've done 7 miles already today. So we've only got 2 more that we need to actually do to stay on target. The shelter is 6 miles away. We're not gonna make that. So we're gonna aim for somewhere in between the 2. So currently we're walking through an apple orchard. It's pretty neat. Schatzie just stopped in the middle of the trail, started dramatically wagging her tail. I don't see anything up here, so no clue what it is that she sees. What is it, Schatzie? I wonder if it's that tree. Listen, I know we're not in Africa, but this is Pride Rock, if I've ever seen one. Too bad there's not like an actual view you can see, but probably can from up there. Schatzie, in true Lion King form, is gonna try to climb it. Come on! So we're going just up and over Iron Mountain a little bit. We're gonna camp down in a spot just after that by some water, but my shuttle driver told me on the way here that Iron Mountain is named Iron Mountain because of the iron ore deposits in it. So he was like, it's not a place you want to get stuck during a thunderstorm. He's had to rescue many of people who have been out here when it's been thundering and lightning. I would have assumed because this area is so exposed, the Roan Highlands, but no, it's because lightning really likes to be conducted here. So I'm glad the weather is nice for us today. Home sweet home for the night. Literally right off the trail. That's where we came from. That's where we go tomorrow. Get dinner going. I wasn't gonna have this again tonight, but I really wanted it. So sweet chili stir fry it is.
Today started with a beautiful walk across the summit of Unica Mountain with a group of 5 people I would continue to play tag with for the remainder of the day. I felt like someone should have been playing the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. The rocks, moss, and pines gave an ethereal feel to the start of the hike. I met 2 ladies on the way up who had camped on the other side. It had been a chilly night. They informed me that I was the 54th person they had seen, and Schatzie was their first dog.
Well, good morning. It's almost 9 o'clock. Just broke camp, finishing up my coffee. The goal today is to hike about 8.5 miles to, I think it's Ash Gap is the name of it. It's about halfway up Roan Mountain. Carver's Gap is on the other side, which is crazy. So we're gonna kind of take it slow today just because we have a lot of time to do 8 miles. We did a little over 10 yesterday, so we can take it a little bit easier today. So we're having a slow morning. Tonight is probably gonna be as cold as it was last night. Also, pardon my crazy backpacker hair. But I'm looking forward to climbing Roan Mountain. It's like, you know, the epitome of what this place is named for. Probably won't film too much today because my battery is running low and my charger only has 1 full charge left. And I need to make that last for a day and a half so I can call the shuttle when we finish up. But if we have any like cool things along the way, then I will show them. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a day of hiking pretty flat until we get to Roan Mountain, where we'll be going uphill for pretty much the whole afternoon. So looking forward to today. Gonna finish my coffee and put all my gear explosion into my backpack. In case anyone needs a Christmas tree, there's a really nice like 5-6 foot one up here. Come get it. Just kidding, actually don't. Alright, we just passed the road, which means we are officially climbing Roan High Knob, Roan Mountain, whatever you want to call it. It's right at 2 p.m. and I think we have like 3 miles left today. So we're doing really good on time. Should get to camp well before dinner time. have time to hang out. We're not going all the way up. It's only 5 miles. We could make it. That's gonna be way too cold to sleep tonight. So heading up to Ash Gap, set up camp there, and climb the rest of the way up tomorrow morning. It is 3:30 and we are getting into camp for the night in this grassy wonderland. Oh my goodness. Just have 1 more mile to climb tomorrow morning. Here is home for the night. This is a game of spot the Schatzie. Did you find her? This is such a beautiful campsite. Well, good morning. It's day number 5 out here on the trail. It's about 8:30, 9ish, and we're resuming our climb up Roan Mountain. We've got 1.5 miles, I think, till we get to the top. So shouldn't take us too long. We'll stop there for second breakfast and then be at Carver's Gap by lunch. This is pretty neat. We're up here on Roan Mountain. There's just a little chimney chilling. I think this is the old site of the Cloudland Hotel, maybe? We're climbing down. I know we have one more little push uphill coming up to where the shelter is, the highest shelter on the AT. And then we'll be heading down into Carver's. So the shelter is up that way. We're not very interested in going uphill, so we're gonna keep going. We can see it in pictures. If we were staying there, it'd be a different story, but we're gonna head on to Carver's. Well, if I could bottle up the smell of the pine trees right now, it smells like Christmas, I would. But alas, they have not invented smell-o-vision yet. I can tell that we are getting near Carver's Gap because at this point, I've probably passed at least 30, if not 50 day hikers. My shuttle driver informed me on the way here that this weekend is the Rhododendron Bloom Festival or something like that. So I can only imagine how many people are going in the other direction, because this is not the direction you go for rhododendron blooms. It's gonna be pretty crowded. So we're gonna get down to Carver's Gap and probably be a little overwhelmed by how many people are down there, but that's okay. I think we've got like 0.2 miles and then another mile till we get to one of those open summit views of the Roan Highlands, which I am really looking forward to. We'll stop there probably for lunch today. Well, we've made it to Carver's Gap. It is hopping. A lot of people here.
And there began the influx of day hikers. We made our way over the sun-covered balds, searching for relief in the form of shade. The views were stunning. I stopped to chat with many of the hikers. I randomly found tears welling up in my eyes throughout the day. Maybe it was gratitude. Maybe it was the sheer beauty. Maybe it was the reality that this week is almost over. I mentioned this before, but the simplicity of the week is something I have genuinely enjoyed. I love the solitude, but also the chance for connection. Backpacking is truly a joy for me. My soul craves adventure. I love feeling connected to the earth in this way. The expansive wilderness reminds me how small I am, and traveling by foot serves as a reminder for how big this world really is.
All right, so we're up here on the first bald. Seen more people in the past 5 minutes than I have in the last week, but it's absolutely beautiful up here. We're tucked away in this little shady spot for lunch, having tuna and pickles and chips, and Schatzie is having the same thing that I'm eating, plus some water. It's pretty hot out here on these exposed ridge lines, so we're taking lots of break and taking it slow. We're about a mile out from Ober Mountain Shelter, and from what I've been hearing, we gonna have a party tonight. There's a lot of us staying up there, which will be fun. I've been staying by myself the past 3-4 nights, and actually the people who I stayed with on the first night at the shelter just passed me, so at some point I passed them, I think today, because we stayed in similar spots last night. So should be fun. Met a lot of people today who are heading to Ober Mountain as well, so it'll be a good time. Fun last night on the trail, and then tomorrow we got just over 9 miles down to 19E, and we'll catch the shuttle back to my car and drive back to Athens. Kind of sad that it's almost over. We made it. Day 6 on trail. Just a little over 9 miles till 19E. Good morning. Today is the start of day number 6, our last day on trail. We spent the night at Ober Mountain Shelter, just back there, and we're heading 9 miles to 19E, which is where my car is, and then we'll head home. Crazy that it's the last day, but I think we've got some good views ahead. We're gonna just enjoy the last bit of the trail. There. That's where we stayed last night. This is what we've climbed up in the last 10 minutes. Whew. And we keep going up. You know, climbing is hard, but sometimes the only way to get to where you need to go is hard. So you embrace the suck and enjoy the views along the way. That right there is our last climb of the trip. It's very exposed, so we're taking a quick break in the shade. And then we'll go up there, take a break. Well, we'll probably take a lot of breaks on the way up. Down to 19E.
Today flew by. I know that a lot of the miles were downhill, but still, we started around 8:30 a.m. and finished at 2 p.m. We still took lots of breaks along the way. Second breakfast is important, you know. Maybe I had a going to town pace. We started out hiking with a guy and gal who were through hiking and continued to leapfrog with them all day. It was nice having someone to hike with. Also, crazy, today is June 19th. Maya, Mom, and I hiked this same section on June 15th in 2019.
We're jogging down the hill. Can't tell if Schatzie's a fan or not, but she's doing it. Well, it's 11 o'clock. Started this video while I was going down a little rocky scramble. Anywho, it's 11 o'clock and we have 4 miles left. So we're gonna find the next campsite and take a little lunch break and then make our way slowly down, enjoy our last couple of miles. We've been leapfrogging actually with 2 thru hikers, so probably will run into them again. Schatzie, where are you? Come on. She's taking a mud bath. Well, hello guys. We got 2 horsey friends and a donkey. So I'm here at the end. Gotta call our shuttle. Schatzie is in the creek. But wanted to share just a couple final remarks. I am so thankful that I was able to take a week, get out here and be in nature. It is incredible just to listen to the sounds of the forest. I downloaded a bunch of podcasts and music before, but I've only listened to them like 3 times because truly being out here, looking out on the peaks, looking into the valleys, listening to the forest makes me feel connected to the Lord through his creation. And it also makes me realize just how small I am when you travel the world by foot, as I've been doing this past week. It gives you an appreciation for how big everything is, and it truly is an incredible experience. So if you've never been backpacking, if you've never been hiking, I highly recommend just getting out and exploring, doing the thing. It's an awesome experience, and as I said, I'm super thankful to have been able to do this for the past week, but now it's time to call a shuttle and head back to Georgia. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the highway. We officially made it. We walked from Erwin over here to North Carolina's 19E. Just over 50 miles. I'll put all the stats here, gut hook miles, iPhone miles, elevation, all that good stuff. But now for our shuttle to come, we'll go get a shower.